My name is Claire Philp. I'm a member of USL, or United Student Leaders.
Hi, my name is Carrie Peterson, and I am the school farm manager here at the South Whidbey School District, and we have 4 growing sites totaling about 1.25 acres between the elementary school and the high school. And this right here is our elementary school farm. And we just built this fantastic outdoor classroom so we can have classes no matter what the weather. And now we'll be able to generate energy from the sun to grow all of our starts. Today we're starting our first starts, and we're going to have our first solar. Yeah. So that energy from the sun flows into our lights that grow starts for both the farm and the school farmers at home.
I'm Paul Dickerson. I work with Whidbey Sun and Wind. I'm the operations manager there. I've been with Whidbey Sun and Wind for 10 years, and we install solar panels, and we also do regular electrical work. We install EV chargers. We've got 10 employees at the business, and we work primarily on Whidbey Island and Fidalgo Island, Anacortes, and San Juan Island sometimes. She and I together went through the numbers to determine how much energy is going to be required to grow all of the starts under grow lights for the operations that are happening here, and the system is sized to basically produce that much energy. So, you know, the sun's going to be shining on the plants to grow them when they're mature, but when they're just little starts and they're going under the lights, that takes electrical energy, and all of that electrical energy that will be consumed there is going to be generated by these solar panels.
Yeah, so there's another piece, you know, because of their transforming education work, hopefully next week there'll be an approval for new courses, the ethnic studies class and the environmental science class, which will be completely new classes, but they are recommended, you know, by the state of Washington, the Office of the Superintendent. And one of the pushes for it is for that class to be a career-connected learning class, which is how do kids get out of school and into jobs that are part of, you know, being able to have pathways to get jobs. And then with an environmental and sustainability education lens and an environmental science lens, what are the career connections for environmental science? And from an economic perspective, you know, renewable energy and, you know, the just transition to a regenerative economy are all really important pieces. And just wondering what your thoughts are on how South Whidbey High School and the environmental science class could connect with local industry, either here on the island or other places around Washington State that you might be familiar with that we're not familiar with.
Other industries like mine are always really eager to kind of, you know, to reach out, do projects like this, do you know, community events, and support any kind of outreach that we can. You know, people are in this industry because they want to do something for the environment and make an impact, you know, not only locally but worldwide in our own little way. I'm not sure what specifically, you know, nothing comes to mind specifically, but there's just a lot of enthusiasm for you know, any kind of support that we can do.
Was it a fundraiser that funded this?
You know, I know that Carrie kind of managed the fundraising for that, and she's I'm not sure where all the funding has come from. I know that she's got some donation labor and materials. And in fact, Whidbey Sun and Wind employees donated the labor to install the roof on the building. Each one of the solar modules is rated at 330 watts or 0.33 kilowatts, and there's 10 of them up there, so that's 3.3 kilowatts at their highest rated output. Typically solar panels produce a little bit less than their highest rated output. So I would think that on a good sunny day they'll be producing about 3 kilowatts plus or minus. I'm going to walk you through how the system's going to operate, what the components are, if that'd be helpful.
That would be great.
We're going to have the 10 solar modules up on those rails that you can see up on the roof there. You can see some wires kind of protruding up there. We've got devices called microinverters that are going to be converting the DC electricity from the solar panels into AC electricity. That'll be routed into these panels that Gold is working on. That upper panel right there that she's working on also has a communications device in it, so that it'll be able to track all of the energy that's produced by the solar panels and upload that to a website and so that anybody will be able to access that on their smartphone or their computer to see how much energy the system's producing. There's going to be a meter, that's the panel just below, the lower panel there. There's going to be an electrical meter that's going to measure all the energy that is produced by the solar system, and you'll put it at kid height, because this is a site for kids, so that they can look at that and see exactly how much energy is being produced.
That's awesome. It's really great to be including kids in this process and learning how
Yes.
solar panels work.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it's one of the reasons why I'm really excited to support this project. Possibly. It's something that we've talked to lots of different school districts about and have been approached to the school districts. We've installed solar on quite a few schools. Lopez Island, Granite Falls are just some of the ones that come to mind on top of my head. And years ago, we did install solar on, at the high school. I mean, you may not be aware, there's some solar panels on the stadium or the bleachers around the track.
Paul, one of the things that I hear from people has to do with, the sun doesn't shine too much in Western Washington. It's always cloudy and raining, although today it's obviously quite sunny. But,
yeah.
A lot of people, that's one of the arguments for not having solar. And just wanted to know if you have a talking point you want to share about that.
Oh, yeah. It's just absolutely a myth that solar doesn't work in Washington State. Two things that are true that support that. First of all, we have really long summers. Sometimes we'll go 3 months in the summer without raining here. Every point on Earth averages 12 hours of sunlight a day, no matter where you are. We just get most of ours in the summer and less of ours in the winter. So it's cloudy all winter long, but the days are short. And the long summer days mean that we can generate a lot of energy in Washington State. Solar panels also, this is a little counterintuitive, but solar panels produce more energy when they're cooler. It's like all electronics, they're more efficient when they're cold. So we can actually generate more electricity on a solar panel for the same amount of sunlight in Washington than you can in, say, Arizona, where it might be 110 degrees outside. That works in our favor too. And also through the magic of what's called net metering, you can take any surplus energy that you're generating at any given time, send that back to the utility. You can think about it as putting in a bank account, and then use that energy later on, say in the wintertime when you're not generating a surplus. And in that way, the sunshine that you're collecting in the summer can be used in the wintertime. It's absolutely worth it to install solar panels in Washington State.